What's up, everybody? Not Jerry and Lucas here in collaboration with
the Iron Panther Presents universe. I'm David Davis here with Stacey Land, who has brought our two interesting channels together, and we appreciate that.
No,
and why are we here to do business ethics? Because for some reason, Larenz Tate was in it, and Stacey said, "Let's do this." Please, Stacey, what brought you to this movie?
They had me at Larenz Tate. That's all I needed to see. I was in. You got my $5. Let's do it.
Listen, I have never seen anything past Love Jones that had me at Larenz Tate. That's all I'm going to say. That's the last movie that had me at Larenz Tate was Love Jones. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Yeah, apparently this came out October 23rd, folks. It's on video on demand. Hit the film festival circuit last year. So there's a few reviews out on it. But again, because of this weird climax of the world and releases now, this is, yes, available on demand digitally as of October 23rd. So after this review, you can decide what you want to do as far as watching it, whatever. But
wow, that is not glowing to start off that way.
But really, don't blame us for what you're saying. Like, don't be like they told us.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what I'm saying. But feel free to hash it out in the comments or whatever your thoughts if you've already seen this. But I'll quickly go over the synopsis, then let's get into it. Let's break this down. So, fresh out of business school, Zachery Cranston seems to have all the tools necessary to succeed in the world of finance. But he is ambitious to a fault and finds himself lured by a dramatic new idea of a fraud that may not be so legal. So, I mean, I guess that sounds interesting. I mean, the poster work sounds good.
That doesn't even sound like the movie. Wait a minute.
No, it definitely isn't. I'll say this too. Business ethics was one of my favorite classes in undergrad. So I was definitely like, okay, let's see Larenz Tate, let's see what he's doing. And quickly, I think we all can agree that we were watching some alternate universe of power, like no BS, like a little bit of it. I was like, he's in full blown Democratic politician mode in some class, in some other universe. I mean, I was just ready for somebody to call him Governor Tate at some point, but like,
yes,
and it's sad because I feel like his acting is better than what we've seen, but it's definitely, if you are half sleepy or on something, like you're gonna say, like, wait, am I watching Power? Like, is this a new Power book or something? Because like the acting just was as mellow as it was in his other role, and I'll just leave it at that. Y'all can have the rest right for now.
Well, it was more entertaining than Power Book 2. I will say that.
Man,
wow,
really? We never passed an opportunity to shit on Twitter.
Don't at me, bro.
I'm not doing your channel. My fault.
Wow. I don't know. I think we should end this review now.
I don't know. Zachery Cranston is this man's name. I think we're still confused on his lineage. To be honest, we're confused on whether or not said white man. Where is he at? He's coming. Hold up. The guy from no, that wasn't even him. I don't know who his daddy was. Was the white man his daddy? If he was his mama the side piece or the main chick?
They never explained that to us in this entire movie. If that man is his daddy, if he is the Pepe, we don't know. All we know is that he had a relationship with the mother. So I'm guessing that's the play they wanted to go off of, is the relationship with the mother, while being ambiguous about him being his actual father. But clearly he played a part in raising him.
Yes. He was somehow a father figure, was then asked the question, where's the black daddy? If there is one, which I guess is always the question. But like, where is it in this role? He wanted to be a finance man. He went to school. Maybe that's what Professor Rightway was. Maybe it was.
I hope not. Because go ahead, Stacey Lane. I don't want to interrupt. Go ahead.
I think like you had the white guy who was the kind of bad daddy versus Rightway who was like the good daddy. So it's like angel on your shoulder, devil on your shoulder, and okay, which daddy are you gonna listen to, kind of thing.
Oh, you got way more out of that than I did.
Oh yeah, that's good.
You got way more, because I didn't get that at all. All I got out of this was the white daddy was attempting to instill some honesty into him through him being himself being corrupt. Because you kept on saying the quote from the Bible about how things can come back on you. All his speeches were necessary. All his speeches were about everything you do can come to light and it will get back to you. That's everything he said through this entire movie. It was like, I don't understand. Did they want him to prophesize to him that his life was going to go in shambles if he goes down the wrong road?
Pretty much.
Now, the professor was mainly talking about Charles Ponzi, which at that point you kind of knew where the story was going the moment they mentioned his name.
I didn't get that. I thought the white daddy. What was his name? I had to keep calling him white daddy. Like,
it's so much weird. More for us to call him white daddy. At least say it.
So it doesn't even have his name.
I think we shouldn't go any further without letting folks know that maybe you think this might be a serious movie, but it's definitely supposed to be a dark comedy. So
yes. It is a dark comedic thriller.
Thriller.
That's what it is. Look, I did not make up what this movie supposedly is.
Thriller.
They said this is a dark comedic thriller, and when I saw it, I said, "Oh, so." I'm thinking we're in for a ride, because that is enough to really get me intrigued. A dark comedic thriller. I haven't seen one really great for a while, but that's a heck of a thing to pull off. And then we got to the film, and it looked like a short for an hour and 30 minutes. It looked like a short, and I said, "Oh, okay. This was an idea that maybe contained into 10 minutes could have been great." And when you stretch it as long as you did, like
you get Bad Hair on Hulu.
Oh my God! Listen, I have a review for Bad Hair about to drop. That is, you know what? Business. If I rated Business Ethics against Bad Hair, Business Ethics might be Godfather. It may be better. It may be that much better. Bad Hair is horrible. That is a horrible movie. That is a horrible, horrible movie.
I cannot do that in good faith.
That's a horrible movie. That is a horrible. I know we sidetracked because we were talking about Business Ethics, but you just brought up one of the worst black movies I have seen this year, and I've seen lots of bad black movies this year.
Whoa!
For the worst, it Tales in the Hood 3.
Did you see Tales in the Hood 3?
Oh man.
Yes, I saw Tales in the Hood 3, and I would watch that again before I watched Bad Hair.
Bad Hair was out here swinging in all directions, and
no
significant blows.
It was a kind of horror. It was a little bit of a thriller. It had one scene of suspense. It did everything humanly possible in one movie,
and that's why it's better than this. I found more ways to look at Bad Hair to go, where the hell is this thing going? Like, we got mass murders happening. We got Weave killing other people. What are we doing right now?
But to bring it back to Business Ethics, my thing about this film is, in all honesty, it did feel like a short, but I kept on wanting to see would Larenz Tate die. In all honesty, that's what kept me in this entire movie, was waiting for his death scene, because it was clearly coming from the first 5 minutes of the film.
Right.
So I was like, okay, let's see what happens when he dies. And then the movie jumps over and over again, not explaining how did we build this Ponzi scheme. Nope, we're going to skip ahead 3 years. Then we're going to skip ahead another amount of years. Then we're gonna show the portfolio on the wall to show his projections, which is supposed to time date us on what's happening. I just wanted him to die, and I kept on watching for him to die.
He sounds like me. They say I always try to kill people off.
Oh no, he was gonna die in this. He kept on being mean to little white girl.
Yeah,
and I
we
said
knew
that
it.
little white girl gonna. My bad.
I knew she
this
was.
This is a spoiler review, people. Spoiler.
He was gonna die. But I knew when I saw her. Yeah, I was like, yeah, she's gonna do it.
That's the downfall of many black men.
It was
just like, I was like, Don't you see the signs, bruh? She's sitting right there, like she like love me, be with me. While he's steadily chasing another woman, I'm like, that's never working out. That's never working out.
He's chasing another woman that don't want him.
Yeah,
she literally wanted no parts of him.
Yeah, the girl that wanted him put him on with another girl and blatantly throw it in her face. His fate was written the first 5 minutes. So was my fate in the first 3 minutes that I knew I wasn't going to like this film. Because but I will say this. The Kurtwood Smith character who plays Magnus, the only thing I really enjoyed in this film is the many attempts of assassinations on his life. I thought that was
the funniest stuff in this movie.
Yeah, that's the nod to the old school comedy film that they tried to label themselves as. But other than that, like this thing is lost. Like it was a bunch of like the only thing that was truly going to come to fruition was Larenz Tate's character died. But other than that, I had absolutely no clue why or how this movie was going to end. And again, after 3 minutes, I was like, let's just get through this. And damn, did this movie feel like 2 hours and like 50 minutes?
Man, it felt so.
Oh my god! I thought it was
long.
Listen,
Wait. Let Miss Stacey.
First of all,
she clearly loved this movie. Go ahead.
Playing the Ponzi scheme. The dude had the cue cards. He was like, "We're gonna do 1 million trades. We're gonna segregate all our accounts with different brokers. We're gonna do a strategy that's so complex nobody's ever gonna figure this shit out." Now, like I trade, so some of the stuff he was using, it was so like he was like, "Oh, the head and shoulders pattern, iron condors, things like that." Because I'm a trader, it was funny to me, but I know like the general public, they probably wouldn't like get it. But I was just cracking up, and I have an accounting background, so it was just funny to me. Like the accountant that they hired, that was like a Harvard professor, and now he's like a crackhead. Like that was just hilarious to me. Like and then the crazy. Was he Russian, Ukrainian, or something?
Yeah, something in that.
Like the investor,
kind of European. He's kind of East European.
Yeah, the investor like coming in and
the drug dealer, because he was clearly a drug dealer.
Or criminal. Let's say criminal.
He was in what? Funeral service?
Yeah, I think that was Milan's back business.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's like, my supplier recently fell apart. He hasn't come back to work. I don't know what happened.
Why didn't Ghost him time to get a funeral home? Like,
so wait a minute, is this a prequel to Power? Is this before Rashad Tate?
Wait,
before he became
elected,
the Democratic front runner?
He faked his death and switches. Yep.
New York.
See, he must have did this around the time Tommy had the baby on Grey's Anatomy. See, I see it all fits in now. It all fits in. I get it. I get it. This is why Ghost was trapped in is it West Virginia? This is why Ghost was trapped in West Virginia. You know what? I gotta give it to him.
That's how you do it, bro. That's how you bring it together.
God damn it, Courtney. I see you. You pulling it all together through movies and everything. Hold up, did Kanan have cancer at one point? Because that would explain them. That movie.
The movie
with 50 Cent when he was real skinny.
Yep.
And then he got real big again.
Yeah.
You know what? They've been milking Power for 15 years. We just didn't know about it. They have been setting us up this whole time.
Hey, I can't even go no further without I gotta read this review on IMDb. Like I probably have never done this on a review ever, but I literally have to read this because this is just criminal. And I know people like to get mad in the comments when you refer something that they don't like. So I really want that energy to go towards this person's review on IMDb. This person says, really funny old school dark comedy. I saw this film at Newark Film Festival in 2019 and thought it was great. A really funny 90s style dark comedy that you don't see very much these days. Kind of similar to Zucker Bros style comedy, but a lot darker. Definitely recommend checking it out if you can find it. That is a paid advertisement right there.
Yes.
I don't know what 90s dark comedy he saw.
Yeah.
But the ones I saw that are in this vein, no, sir, no, ma'am, no, sir. I don't know who you are, but you wrote that review.
Magnus Hardcastle should have been the focus of this movie.
Oh yeah,
his misadventures and making money in the scoundrel way. Larenz Tate is just helping out, and at some point, Magnus finally gets his. Like, really, he don't get killed. He goes to jail. Like, he finally gets arrested. You know, and Larenz Tate gets it for Magnus. Like, maybe the person they look at Larenz Tate like, I got to kill you because you're the one who really handled the money. The end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I would say
much better, interesting story there.
I say if we attempted to break this down as an actual movie, which I refuse to do at this point, even though it's supposedly a movie. If we broke it down as an actual movie, first things first, Larenz Tate should not have been cast in this role.
Okay.
You actually needed a comedic actor to pull this off. Normally, when you do dark comedies, you get comedic actors to pull it off. Larenz Tate is not a comedic actor. He could have played one of the straight men in it against a comedic actor, but you needed a comedic actor in it because the film, you could tell they set it up for beats with timing in it, for comedic timing. And Larenz Tate misses every mark when it comes to comedic timing in this movie. So you needed a comedian to come in and nail that part of it. The plot on itself is too convoluted. Make it simple. You could cut out a couple of characters in here because you don't actually need them. Cut them out, make it simple, recast Larenz Tate. If I could think off the top of my head, I will think of a black person who we can plug into Larenz Tate role. I just can't think. Maybe the guy who did Woke on Hulu. I cannot remember his name off the top of my head right now. He did New Girls. Woke. Is that him?
No, I'm asking. Like, no, that's another dude. I'm saying, well, you think Lil Rel could do it?
Yes, actually, yes. Because Lil Rel could play a serious part in it. Also. That's all it takes is someone who could be a little serious, but understand that it's a comedy.
Yeah, Lamar Morris.
Yeah, Lamar Morris.
Yeah.
Perfect person for this role. Just someone with comedic timing. Damn it. If you're going to make it a white person, put Adam Sandler in it. He could have pulled this. This is literally the role that Larenz Tate is supposed to play is literally the character that Adam Sandler plays in Uncut Jewels. It's a character that's extremely silly, and you know they're silly, but you play it straight and you play it with laughs. That's it. If you could have got an actor to play this part that way, this movie, we would see the movie differently. That's all I'm going to say.
Nah, and I will just add really quick, and like that's why I felt like there was a lot of there's a lot of continuity issues with the tone, because I'm like, Larenz Tate doesn't give me comedy; he gives me serious in a sarcastic way. But much like Stacey said, like if you don't know this knowledge and they're trying to pour it all on you, then you're sitting there trying to gravitate this like, well, if you're going to bring me into this world and you're in this educational setting, then you're trying to learn this, but wait, you're trying to be funny. But are you trying to be funny? Because you're also trying to be serious, it seems like, too. I don't know where my emotions is doing right now at this point. So at this point, let's just get the movie over with.
Shoot this man and get it over with.
Yeah, exactly.
Larenz Tate deserves better. I'll say that.
He deserves better. We deserve better.
Yeah. Oh no. We definitely deserve much better than this.
It's funny you should bring up Uncut Gems, because when I watched that, I took that as Adam Sandler not trying to be the comedic man, trying to be the dramatic actor that people sometimes just get out of their box, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know he was trying, and people they loved him in the role, but I thought that movie was all over the place and it made no damn sense. Like I'm like, what does the African heist of the jewel have to do with the actual movie? Like most of that movie was about his gambling addiction, really.
Yes, the whole movie was about that.
Murder. So the jewel had nothing to do with any of that.
No. The jewel was just a subplot, just to get you intrigued.
What are we doing? Like, are the Africans coming for the jewel? Are they going to be the ones to kill him? Like, what's the point of this? That was supposed to have been the point of his affection, was the jewel. That's it. It did nothing else to the movie. Adam, it was 2 hours of him. We watched him watch a basketball game, and I'm like, "What the hell are we doing right now? Like, how is this even relevant?" Anyway,
see, and that's what makes a dark comedy. Stuff that comes out that isn't relevant, like between that Punch Drunk Love with Adam or the Merkowitz brothers that came out a year before then. That was the film he should have got nominated for an Oscar for. Like all of those are dark comedies, and Larenz Tate is just not that type of actor. I would much rather see him in either a romantic drama or a thriller where he's playing a straight man, because he can do that and do that well. This was him trying to step outside of his comfort zone and do something different. And as Stacey Land said, if I had an accounting background, if I traded more, maybe I would get the jokes. The issue is at the beginning of the film, they should have given you some setups for certain jokes. That's what good dark comedies do. They give you setups for them, like Knives Out at the beginning, where they thought you could be confused, and they gave it to you at the beginning. So when it happened through the rest of the movie, you knew exactly what was going on.
Yeah,
that's where business ethics failed us.
Yeah, I would say Knives Out was a good dark comedy. I mean, I would definitely put it in that category. I didn't know if this movie was trying to be like Black Monday or Wall Street. Like, I think
it was a Black Monday feel.
Huh?
It did have a kind of like a Black Monday type vibe to it, but not as
funny. Like those, like they did some real trade. It looked like they did real trade, but it was hilarious as crap.
Hell, damn it! I'm sorry. Things pop into my head. You said Black Monday. Don Cheadle would have been great in this role.
Yes. but then it just would have been Black Monday. Like at this point.
What's the other show he did for Showtime? That's one of my favorite shows.
House of Lies.
House of Lies.
Yes, House of Lies.
Anything of that nature, he plays, and he plays well because he understands timing for comedic timing is needed here. Seriousness is needed here. Larenz Tate was trying his hardest. He's tried so he ain't tried this hard since Why Do Fools Fall in Love? He tried so hard in this movie, and it just never worked for him.
I was like, this ain't you, bro. Like this, all you're wrong for this movie. All you should be sad for yourselves.
I want to add something in here really quick to y'all. After some of this conversation, I decided to just dig really quick. So this is by the director Nick Warner, and I was like, I've never heard of him before, but let's just go see what his work is. Very short and sweet. And I just quickly glance over something and come to find out that in 2015, Business Ethics was a short. So
there you go.
So here's a couple of things. Here's a couple of things that I know about this. When most people do a short and they release a short, if they end up getting, the monies, if somebody else dumps some money into it, it's like, let's make it a feature-length film. So cool. But typically they don't usually release the short and release the feature-length. But no problem. So I just decided to just glance to see if it was the same movie or whatnot. And it is pretty much the short of it. But here's something very interesting. Zachery Cranston, who is played by Larenz Tate in the version we watch, is played by Gil Bellows. Maybe never heard of him. You maybe heard of this guy who played the young Zachery Cranston in Jillian de Zati, who also happens to be the guy that Larenz Tate in this movie who he's partnered with. So what I'm getting from this is that you took a person who originally played this character, recasted him, and had the person who played them originally next to him in the film as a form of what influence. I mean, I don't think you would have to need to prep Larenz Tate, but like even that screams danger to me. Like you recast, you got more money, you recasted it, you keep the person in the film, and then you have them as a character next to the main character.
And Larenz Tate is who you reached out to with more money. Like out of all people,
I need a big name.
It was affirmative action, probably.
Yep, use it. Stacey Land is right. It's affirmative action.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a question.
Because maybe that's how we get the white daddy. Like they just kept the same daddy.
Wait, this don't make no damn sense. Like,
that's what happened. They recast it and they forgot about that. They was like, oh shit. Well, okay.
No, then that mean the white boy would have a black mama. So did they recast the black mama? No. It rarely works when you take a short and attempt to make it a feature. You got to be very careful with those, because what works for a short does not work for a feature. Like Raising Dion or all these other shorts that were made that were horrible when they made like longer versions of them.
Yeah, I love that little boy.
Hold up. Which one? The cute little boy in the short or the annoying little boy on a Netflix show?
Which
boy?
I know it's our community, and I would say, but I say that little boy need to get whooped a couple times.
Man, look, that's when I clocked out. That was it.
I was like,
that's exactly what I said. I was like,
I'm whoop,
man,
your superpowered ass,
like
over and over again.
The mama was just entitled, like, and the entitlement spread to the kid. Like, I was like, what are you doing, woman? She's like, I need a job. You will give me a job with health care at my schedule. What else are we talking about? I'm like, you will be unemployed and homeless with this little bad boy right here because I ain't having none of this. But I was like, stop it. No.
But I think they just made a mistake possibly of not transitioning this properly from a short to a feature.
Yeah.
Like, in all honesty, it looked like they got more money and they kept the crew that shot the short and they shot it the same way, not understanding that for people who watch a lot of shorts and watch a lot of features, I can tell the difference between the two.
Yeah.
And I can clearly tell that this was shot like a short, but long form. And and it threw me off so many times. And this is warnings 101 to people who make short films. Maybe when you make a short and you get the funding to extend it, maybe it's time to pass it on to someone else.
Yeah.
Let them take your vision and make it better.
Yeah, that's what typically happens, and it's just end up being another movie with like the core premise of what the show. So I kind of want to throw it to everybody really quick. We all can agree like we passed time with this 1 hour and 40 minutes of our time with this film.
Don't you say that? Stacey liked it. Stacey liked this movie.
She volunteered. she made us all volunteer tribute for this. But for me, for this being an indie film, and it is an indie film, but it does have a significant budget. Like, what did I say it was again? I'm gonna bring it up in a second.
It better not be over $5 million.
I think
it is 2 million.
Okay, yeah,
so
that's a nice budget for an independent film.
Yeah, and again, just to kind of piggyback on David real quick, like I love the set piece. I thought that was good. I thought that specific characters were good, and I felt like the story definitely had a short because the first 20 to 30 minutes definitely had some elements that they could have built upon, but it just didn't. It's just that same block that's kept repeating over and over and over, and it's just like, but what I would say is like, what would I do to make this film better? I mean, yes, casting would have been one. Actually make this a story, like go back to fundamental filmmaking building or story building and like have a climax and have a resolve. Like we literally watched this movie just to see the main character die. That was I don't even want to say it, but maybe it does suffice. That was the action of this film. That was supposed to be a comedy. It just lacked things in certain department. And I will, to be kind of gracious here, like because the filmmakers and everybody are really still getting their feet under them. Like there's definitely room to grow, and like you said, this is the learning lesson here. You had a short that probably I bet you the short is good. I bet you it is, and then you got more money, and then you kind of lost your vision, or maybe you just kept the same vision, however you want to put it. But I wouldn't say like they're like lost at sea that this crew couldn't do something else good in the future. Like I didn't feel anything indie about this film. It just wasn't a good story to keep attention of ours. I don't think there was nothing really relatable unless you came from that background, like Stacey said. And I think that's also a problem. Like most films should, explain enough so that everyone can enjoy it, because like all those jokes that this comedy had was just doing this for me the entire time. I laughed about a few times, and the other time I was like, what the heck is going on here? So, but again, I would be curious to see what they do in the next year or two if they come back together and say like we're going to try again, because it had potential, but it just fizzled in some direction. I just don't know what direction that is to go looking for it just yet. Stacey, you loved it, so I definitely want to hear your overall thoughts about the film.
I thought it was a good movie. I thought it had a good foundation. I thought it was funny. It did miss the mark on some areas, and some characters were definitely unnecessary. But just in general, I just felt like I needed something a little bit lighter than what we've been reviewing lately.
Okay.
Some heavier type material. And I just kind of wanted just something just light and fluffy.
Right. So good. So a good
Hold up,
tone
Nigeria.
switcher.
Hold up, Nigeria. I gotta ask a question. What were y'all reviewing that this is a good break from?
Ooh.
I gotta know this.
Lovecraft Country. We
Oh
did
God.
a few of the Halloween films. We did Black Box.
Okay.
We did
Okay.
what was it? The Lie?
No, no, you shouldn't have. Oh, no. Hey, quickly popped in my head the old like a meme, like, oh no, baby, don't like no, not the lie. Look here, I'm not gonna lie. Even in this review, me and Najir watched the first 5 episodes of Lovecraft Country. I on another separate channel, I had to review the entire season because HBO gave it to us. My hatred for that show is so high. Look, after that, I stopped reviewing things for a couple of weeks after Lovecraft Country. So I understand needing a break from it. And I understand now it helps me understand why business ethics may have been reviewed by you a little differently, along with your background in it, but along with needing that break. Like, in all honesty, if I hadn't seen some movies in this vein recently, maybe I would view this film a little differently.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that.
Absolutely. So I can understand your perspective on it as a break from Halloween movies, which God bless you that you did that. And I'm now I need to see and know where all these reviews are because I'm going to watch every single one of them because I would never do that series. So I understand now. I fully understand why you may have liked this more than us.
I think that's what make people who are critics and people who do reviews. I think that's what make them special is when you have your own personal background and knowledge of things. And basically, Stacey said, like, if you come from this profession and if you watched a ton of really heavy stuff, this is a good tone changer for you. And that I agree, because then I am going in there thinking like, girl, this is Larenz Tate. This must be reputable. This seems serious. Wait, this is a comedy? And then it's like my expectations was like up here. But if I came in like, you know what, this is soft. It does have a lot of issues, but like at the same time, you definitely been having a whole nother stuff going on here. Like going to it, like Lou said, if I had to go watch it again, I'm like, okay, I get what I'm walking into now, and that's why I keep saying like I don't like hate this film. It just was like the continuity was lost. Exactly. So I would love to see them do something else, and I just would love to see like. Now I got an idea of like how they write, you know, kind of what their target audience potentially may be. And, you know, hopefully casting can get better. Maybe they get more money from these projects and they just do something a lot different tone, different feel. So I would definitely be very curious. And just to be clear too, the director and writer are brothers. So that's why I keep saying that crew, you know, they're going to be teaming along in the future here. So like that's a good sign that like, and that's also good talking about continuity when you have that relationship, whether it's a spousal or what do you call them, brothers and sisters, siblings, they tend to stick together. And you got the Russo brothers who do, you know, all the monies in the world and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting.
I'm just black movied out at this point. I need a break. I done did One Night in Miami, from One Night in Miami to Concrete Cowboy to Sylvie's Love, and then this one. And I was just like, you know what? I need a break from black film for just a second. Just a second.
David, I want now. You done heard all of us talk now. I want to hear now what your overall perception of this film.
I felt there was at least 3 movies. None of them were done well. I felt opportunity, and it failed. You have the whodunit with the fact that he killed his accountant. That could have been a good thriller of, is this going to come to fruition? And it failed. As we already talked about, like his main client, his whole misadventures in making money could have been a movie, and it failed. But they had the opportunity to do these kind of thoughts together, different types of tension, and it just didn't go anywhere. And technically and officially, we didn't see the man get murdered. We saw a fade to black and a gunshot. Both have survived worse. Fuck,
hey,
I mean, it's like
Sopranos.
Somebody could have came in, shot the lady before she shot him, and he's still alive, hanging out on the beach with his money. You know what I'm saying? So like, we didn't even get that. Him laying on the ground, bleeding, right where his dad was. Right? Right? He, in the end, his life ended up in his death, but he chose it though. He chose to go out that way. Larenz should have did the same thing. It should have been like, we both end up in the same place. We both made the same decision. I didn't learn anything. And I'm back where my dad was, or my father, or wherever the white man was. But something like that, and then it would have been poetic. Like it would have been poetic. It would have made sense.
I love your take on this. Like flat out, I love your take.
I was like, what? But like I said, after Lovecraft Country, really we're doing Fargo, which is Lovecraft Country meets like Boardwalk Empire. So like it's a lot. And I'm like, so like it was something to laugh at, and that was cool. And I appreciate Stacey for bringing that to us.
Yeah.
But we got to move on to some other stuff. That can make you smile.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't do that. What's that slavery show Chris wanted to do on Showtime?
The good, yes. With Ethan Hawke. I know which one you're talking about.
I was like, I'm done.
But it's funny to me.
Supposedly that is a dark comedy, supposedly.
I was like, 2020. I'm done. I'm done with Black oppression. I'm done. Like,
man, wait. We got so many more Black oppressed movies for you. Listen. One Night in Miami is a huge monologue of Black oppression. Just wait till you see it. It's a huge monologue of Black oppression.
No, we're gonna do Pimp next. So State's not going back to do that.
Yeah.
I was like, I hope that's gonna be entertaining for a little bit. So we have you guys to join us on our channel for that. If you're interested, we have you guys be part of that.
Oh yeah, that sounds like so much fun. If I could have been part of y'all Halloween discussion, look, when I say I love Halloween, I've seen every movie in that series at least.
We can see behind you. We can see right behind you.
I was like,
hey, I'm about to say. Oh shit, even 4.
Yeah. He forgetting about his old backdrop.
Well, okay,
listen,
to clarify,
I paid $50 for this movie.
What?
$50 for a special edition 10-case version of Halloween 4.
Why would you do that?
I love Halloween.
I
absolutely love Halloween.
To clarify, we didn't do Halloween. What she means, we did scary movies for the season of Halloween. Like
only Halloween counts. Nothing else matters. I know I got other ones up here, but nothing else matters.
Children of the Corn was the movie.
The original?
The original.
Oh.
I hid the VHS of that from my family. I was like, I will not watch this again. And I stuck it under my couch when I was like 7 or something. I was like, this movie has traumatized me for life. And I was like, no. It would not be watched by. And Michael Jackson's, Thriller video. Obviously, you got to put that in. Yeah. I'm a grown man. I still won't watch it. I'm like, I get it. I know how the story ends. I'm like, but I'm like, nah, I don't need to watch that.
That's some good classes there.
It's too much. But yeah. So again, if there's you gotta do, we can do a new Halloween movie when it comes out because somehow this has not been murdered yet.
I am waiting for Halloween Kills to come out. Listen, I hated the new Halloween, the last one, the 2018 one. I absolutely hated it, but I'm still gonna watch Halloween Kills.
Yeah. I need it. Nah, definitely. This has been fun. I definitely would love to do some more collaborations. Definitely need to find some more movies in different genres and stuff to get some versatile reactions and discussions of it going. So I would definitely.
Yeah, thanks guys. And we've been having Zoom problems and stuff. So like today was not a good day to record, but we
well, don't worry, we're ready to go whenever. So
thanks guys. Thanks guys for having us.
No doubt. So no matter whatever channel you all are watching this on, all the information is in the description below. So definitely give some follows. Definitely give some likes and some comments on each of the following reviews, and check out some other reviews again. I think you're going to find some very entertaining content for sure. And then definitely we'll get together back for some more collaborations. This has definitely been fun. So, but as I said in the beginning, if you are going to check out Business Ethics, we didn't tell you to do it, but if you do want to do it, it is out October 23rd. as of October 23rd on video demand digitally. Amazon Prime, but that might cost you $4, and I can assure you can put 4 on one for me instead of giving it to Amazon. But that's just my take.
Yeah.
So that's that. But yeah, if you like Larenz Tate, and if Larenz Tate had you at Larenz Tate, then you're good to go.
Hey. Just go back and watch Power season 6.
Watch Love Jones. If you need Larenz that bad, watch Love Jones. Watch Nia tell him.
He still looks the same.
He does still look the same.
He does.
That's true.
And he still acts the same, which is
that's what I've been trying.
That's the problem. You're like, is this menace to society or
exactly
dead presidents? Like, or
is this old dog doing insider trading? Like, what's going on? Old dog running a Ponzi scheme? This is amazing.
When it's all said and done, he will say that all his movies were somehow, some way, all connected, and that will be the documentary to watch. That would be his greatest master of work ever. So, but yeah, I think that'll do it. I don't have any more comments to make on this. Okay, that'll do it then. Well, like I said, folks, everybody, all the information is in the descriptions below. Sub to each channel. Check out some reviews. Let us know what you think is a good film or a series that we should
pick
all
a film for
us
four to do next.
I'm with
any
that.
Film doesn't matter.
Yeah,
doesn't
any
matter.
film. I'm with that. I'm definitely with that. Give us.
I can drink through any movie.
Definitely drop in the comments. Let us know what movie you would like to see us all collab and do. We will definitely be back for that very soon. But as always, folks, thank you so much for checking out this review. And any closing remarks over there from you, David?
No, I think again, if you guys want to check it out, Us and Our Fantasy Presents, we really appreciate that. And again, we're always looking for new content to expand. We got Power. We do a lot of Power. So we love you guys to maybe do a joint book 2. Review maybe the finale. Let's see where that comes. Also, For Life. I'm looking for a partner to do For Life with.
Okay.
Wow.
I watch For Life. I don't think Lou do, but I watch it.
I was like, yeah, I need a season 2 partner.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody in my crew watches that. And I was like, we got to see 50 Cent back in jail again.
It's For Life is power in prison.
All connected. All
power
connected.
in prison, Joe.
It is. When Poncho showed up, I was like, where's Ruiz? Where's Gray? Why is nobody? This is why nobody. That's why he killed everybody. We got out. Nobody visited him in prison. I was like, why does Baby Mama not come? Where's Sean? Sean ain't got a job. He hasn't had a job since he got murdered on season 2. Like, he should have been in this show.
I did watch it. He did a movie.
Dude, what happens when your wife actually
did a movie? What movie did Sean do? Did I miss?
Or
did I miss it?
Her, he was like a psycho boyfriend stalker type. I have to look it up. I'll post it if I can find it.
Versatility that's
the go-to black movie of the crazy boyfriend.
Which one?
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of the name. I have to look it up.
If we look it up, we can review it. I haven't seen it. Maybe we can review it if we see Sean post Power. It's just yeah, man. You watch For Life, man. I've never seen a man who has a wife at home who somehow believes her husband was an international drug dealer and they're broke at the same time.
And talks like Denzel Washington in every scene.
I know, right?
Every scene he talked like Denzel Washington.
This British actor was like, I'm watching every Denzel movie I can find. I thought it was just me. I thought he had to walk, he had to talk. I'm like, what is he doing right now? I was like,
is this an extension of Hurricane?
Then
I'm watching.
Oh man, I thought he said King Kong ain't got nothing. Oh, I thought he was gonna be that in court. I thought
there was one scene I definitely thought he was gonna hit one of those. I'm not even gonna lie.
Even the warden came from Power.
Yep.
Even the warden came from Power. I was like, oh my God. I was like, the entire crew was coming. Courtney's like, when you ain't working for me, you working for 50 over there. But you stand before it. We're gonna keep you in the loop. We're keeping it. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry. Thank you guys.
Yep. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. We'll catch y'all for another review very soon.